I almost didn't buy my girlfriend mariachi for her birthday. So, a little context. My girlfriend's birthday is December 25th.
I meant to say the 30th, not the 25th.
Which is 5 days after Christmas. Yes, I had to buy 2 sets of gifts this year, but it's okay. I'm 6 months older than her. I'm gonna say that because I'm gonna say that she's still in high school. She's in her senior year and I graduated last year. So there was a 1 year age gap, but I'm only 6 months older. So it's not weird. Or since we started talking more seriously after prom, I realized, oh shit, I still have like another prom to go to. So I asked her, cause I always like the idea of getting her mariachi for a promposal because that's fucking romantic. Like that sounds sweet as fuck, right? But I asked her and she told me, oh, I don't really like mariachi like that. That's more of my mom's thing. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's cool. Like I'm obviously like, I'm gonna respect you and I'm not gonna get you something that you don't want. Cause that's pretty expensive for whatever gift. That's kind of expensive. So I was like, okay, well, if I get her mariachi for prom, that's gonna be like what, an $800 investment for her just not to like it. So it was like, Christmas happens, we gave each other our gifts, and then my mom 2 days before this, she goes, hey, would you be down to pitch in so we can all get Diana mariachi? And obviously I go, oh, she doesn't like mariachi. Since my girlfriend was turning 18, we wanted to go to the club to celebrate. Looking back on it, I don't know why I argued the idea of it. My mom ended up winning. We got the mariachi and we went to her house. And well, I think the day went pretty amazing. Here's what happened. So the plan had 3 parts: the morning, the surprise, and the party itself. The first part was the morning. Going into this, I was kind of expecting her house to be a little more like awake, more excited, more loud. So I was planning on dressing up, but her family was asleep. And she would normally say that they wouldn't really celebrate on her birthday, but the day after, because obviously it's New Year's. So she said that the day was going to be kind of boring. Our plan for the day was literally just open her gifts and just chill. It was literally to just chill. We told her that the plan was that we were going to take her to a restaurant, a fancy restaurant in LA. She was kind of confused, obviously, because my family kind of just abruptly told me to tell her that we were going to go to a restaurant after we had already planned to go to the club. So she was like, oh, fuck it. Like, you know, like she was like, oh, well, I mean, it's your family, so we might as well. It was Friday the 30th and there was nothing. I was like, oh, okay. Like I went up to her and then everything was quiet. It was only me, her, and her 2 nephews. It was cool. I love her nephews. I love being at the house. It's very comforting, which I'm pretty sure she'd laugh at. We opened her gifts, which went pretty well.
It's a cardigan? Wow. It's a cardigan. Oh, this is cute. Is this from you?
Yeah, that's all for me. Diana, Maritza.
No, stop. Thank you. I really like it.
The whole morning I had to act as if nothing was happening, which was pretty easy because I had no idea what was happening. I was at her house from like 10 to 5 p.m. And for that whole time, my grandma was cooking, my mom was making a balloon arrangement, and everyone was just getting everything ready to come like throw a party at her house. So I spent the morning there up until 5 and I left.
Are you fixing it?
I fix it.
And that's when the next phase started, the surprise. I went home and changed. Since I told her that we were going to a fancy restaurant, I told her to dress kind of fancy. But my mom ended up having a dress for her, so I had to go to her house a little early so that she was able to put the dress on.
Oh, you're able to do that?
Yeah.
But then how is it? It's gonna like go like down, no?
No. Well,
Hold it from the bottom, so it doesn't fall.
actually, yeah.
It's so that huh? It's not gonna fall?
Looking back at it, it was kind of obvious that we weren't going to a restaurant because of the way I was dressed. I was dressed kind of like a cowboy, like vaquero. I guess it would have been fine me going that way, but that's not how I would dress to a fancy restaurant. From the moment she saw my outfit, she was kind of skeptical. Plan was for 8:30 for the mariachi to come and show up at her house and start playing. But we ran into a little problem. The mariachi was late. At that point, I had one objective: stall. Since we had told her that we were waiting on my family, the only excuse we had was the fact that we were running late. She didn't really understand why we were running late because she knew everyone was ready. So at that point, she got a little more suspicious. The excuse I told her was that she was getting her presents ready because we were going to open presents before we went to the restaurant, just to have a little more time. The whole time there, I was literally just spending it with her and her nephews. We had 20 extra minutes to kill, so I was just listening to Bad Bunny with her nephew.
Tengo mucha novia. You're 28, but they wanted to do something when you came in. They wanted to do something like with the gifts. So you're gonna stay here on the bottom. It is. It's very suspicious. It's supposed to be suspicious.
It's very suspicious.
How do you feel? Oh.
Right now?
No. How do you feel for 10 minutes from now?
Excited.
Excited?
Yeah, kind of nervous.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be back.
After like 10 minutes of waiting, she got pretty suspicious. She was like, "Where's everyone out? Like they shouldn't be taking this long. We're only going to a restaurant." I kind of feel bad for her nephew because he got it all ready because he wanted to go too. And we had told him that we were gonna take him. At some point, my mom texted me. She was like, "Hey, we're outside. The mariachi's here." So I walked out and I saw my whole family. I had my mom, my dad, my grandma, my aunt, my sister, and like 4 of my tias and 2 of my cousins. That had honestly caught me off guard. All I knew was that we were going to bring mariachi, not that my whole family was going to come. At that point, I was surprised and I was pretty happy for it. As soon as I saw everyone, I got pretty excited because I was like, this is going to be a really big surprise. We told the mariachi to start playing and we walked up.
Las mañanitas. Ya está grabando, Lalito, ¿dónde lo pongo?
Ya está grabando.
We all hugged her and wished her happy birthday. As soon as she realized what was happening, she came to the door and started crying. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. The only other time I had seen her cry was when I asked her out. And both of those times, I wasn't expecting it at all. At this point, it was already the party phase. The surprise was amazing. My whole family hugged her. At first, the plan was to be outside because we didn't want to intrude in the house. But then her mom was like, "No, just come inside." So we went inside. As soon as we got inside, we set up a little dance floor. We spent the whole night dancing, and dancing. Our moms ended up getting along really well, which we were both happy for. It was definitely really nice to see. And then my mom ended up getting both of her parents to dance, which is pretty funny because they're divorced and their whole attitude just it made me smile, and I know it made her smile too. We spent the rest of the time taking pictures because we were getting ready to cut the cake. And since we're Hispanic, we have a tradition to bite the cake before we cut it. So she did, and her mom tried to put her head in the cake. At that point, we just cut the cake since the mariachi had already left, and we just made the most out of the night. At the end, we had to eat and sober up, but we made it home, and it was a fucking fantastic night. All in all, it was an amazing night, and I can't wait to celebrate more birthdays with her. I know we're gonna have a fun time.